Recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios Brisbane on 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Z Games.
With 10 years experience and over 500 episodes,
Z Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture.
Want to reach out? Message us on Facebook at ZEDGamesAU.
Welcome, friends of all designs. This is Paul. It's Radiothon.
Radiothon?
We love Radiothon.
What is Radiothon? What is it?
Radiothon is our annual subscriber drive.
Oh!
You know what? We rely on Radiothon so much because we rely on you lovely listeners to keep us on the air. And by subscribing to 4ZZZ every year, at whatever level suits you, you help us stay on air. And the best part is the warm inner glow. Zara, have you subscribed?
I have subscribed. Of course I've subscribed. It's like the best subscription of all time. Like, I don't care about games I'm supposed to subscribe to. I don't care about renewing those subscriptions. It stresses me out. You know what doesn't stress me out? 4ZZZ.
No, 4ZZZ is the best place to be.
Yeah. And it's like, we're doing this for fun.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe help us keep the lights on.
It's pretty okay.
You know what I got to do for the first time? I've been here for 3 years. For the first time, I got to subscribe at a passionate level.
Oh!
Which means that I got a t-shirt, and I was so excited for that. But $130 is a lot of money for some people. You can subscribe at $35 for concession, or a full subscription is $70. $70 keeps us on the air for an hour. Costs $60 to be on air for an hour.
$70 for that warm inner glow. I mean, you can't... That's the best deal in town.
And
It's cheaper than your
more.
Spotify.
There is more. You will also go into the draw for amazing, awesome prizes, which we will talk a little bit about
I love
later.
prizes.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about those later.
I'm subscribing right now.
Oh, as we speak?
Wow.
Because I let my subscription lapse. Because I had a child.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
That's
Fair
my
enough.
only
Is your
excuse.
child subscribed?
Not yet.
You
but
should.
We might
There
get
is.
Yeah.
There's an under 18 subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
I'm sure they're listening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, with their blurry vision and those aren't milk.
Video games are for everyone.
Exactly.
Z Games is for everyone, and 4ZZZ is for everyone.
That's
And
why it
everyone can subscribe.
Keep it going.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
why they make Sonic the Hedgehog, because there's babies.
Yeah.
Speaking of Z Games,
Speaking of Z Games,
this is Z Games.
this is
This
Z
is Z
Games.
Games.
Woo.
I am your host, Paul, tonight, and joining me are my good friends Zara,
Hello.
Rani,
Yeah.
and my bestest and closest of all good friends, Cameron.
G'day, how's it
Your
going?
bestest and close. Oh, Paul.
Bestest and closest.
Well,
I'm
the thing
offended.
is, he came in wearing identical
That
jackets.
is true.
So
This is
we're
That
our
is
besties.
true.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Fair enough.
It's a love made in Z Games.
Yeah, in a Google form.
To not to not bury
love
the
Google
lead,
Forms.
Cameron. This is his first show on the program.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Fantastic.
Everybody, round of applause for Cameron. Woo!
I got told you can't clap on radio.
Nah. We do whatever we want.
Look, we got a passion. So when you subscribe, the
I
lights
love
go
you.
off in the studio.
Yeah.
And if you have opted to, we will be able to thank you on air.
Yeah.
So when you subscribe, you will be presented with an option to have your name read out on air. We will love to thank you on air. So thank you. Even if you don't want your name read out, we will thank you, and you will know it's for you.
I still love you.
Yeah,
and the
we still
timing
love
was
you.
fantastic, because
Yes.
we were about to run out of power like 5 minutes from now.
Oh,
Yeah.
We really were.
Oh,
There's
we're
like
all set for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of the rest of the episode, I reckon we should start diving into
Some
the
news.
news.
Let's listen to a little bit of news this week, brought to us. Actually, who did the news this week? It was Hazel. Hazel.
Another subscription.
Oh, my
Look at
goodness.
that. Look at that go. Thank you very
All right,
much.
Hazel, give us the news.
This week in gaming news. Subnautica Studio debuting new IP at Gamescom. Unknown Worlds Entertainment, developers of Subnautica, will be debuting a completely new sci-fi game at this year's Gamescom opening night live event, according to a now-deleted tweet from host Jeff Keighley. The game is assumed to be the same project that was first hinted by the studio in October 2021, and along with Sonic Frontiers, will be one of 30-plus games showcased during the opening night event. Australian viewers can catch the event in 2 weeks on August 24th at 4 AM Brisbane time, but there'll be a replay play for anyone who doesn't feel like waking up at 4 a.m. on a Wednesday to watch 2 hours of trailers. Final Fantasy XIV streamer plays with Spellbook. Final Fantasy XIV streamer Super Louis64 is infamous for configuring the game to be played with wacky controllers, including everything from a Nintendo Switch Ring Fit controller to an actual edible pizza. This week he debuted his latest project, playing the game with a literal book and pen and using it to write out his spells in the book to cast them. The control method is still in its early stages, but Louis has apparently had some success hammering out the bugs and actually managing to play the game with it. He tweeted early Wednesday morning Brisbane time to say that the project was done and uploaded a YouTube video of him playing the game with it. Multiversus hits 10 million players during beta. Warner Bros. Free-to-play fighting game Multiversus launched an open beta recently, and in just a few short weeks the game has picked up 10 million players across platforms. The game promises Smash Bros.-esque gameplay with a hilarious mix of Warner Bros. Characters from Batman to Velma and Shaggy from Scooby-Doo to Steven Universe. Multiversus has already been the focus of online memes due to the inherent comedy of Bugs Bunny beating the hell out of real-life NBA player LeBron James, and the ensuing discussion of strategies, gameplay meta, and ranking the characters in tier lists. Leak says Fall Guys Sonic crossover coming soon. Twitter user FG Pancake, known for leaking Fall Guys event information ahead of official releases, has stated that the game's new Sonic the Hedgehog crossover event will release this week on the 11th. Previous leaks showed off Sonic the Hedgehog character costumes that will be available in-game and a Green Hill Zone map that was subsequently confirmed by the official Fall Guys Twitter. Now for some upcoming releases. We've got a big week ahead as August 11 brings Arcade Paradise and Cult of the Lamb to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch, and Tower of Fantasy to PC. August 12 sees Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered, releasing on PC, and Voyage on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Backpack Hero comes to PC on August 15, and launching August 16 are Blossom Tales 2, The Minotaur Prince on PC and Switch, Rollerdrome on PC and PlayStation, Tribes of Midgard on Xbox and Switch, and Way of the Hunter on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Finally, Catizens comes to PC on August 17th. That's all this week in gaming news.
Thank you for that news, Hazel. And thank you,
Clint,
Tom, and William, who subscribed during that time.
We had 4 subscriptions just during the news.
You know what? I love every single one of you.
Yeah,
I am
best
I'm
so
speaking
happy.
to you, subscribers.
Every
Me?
time the light goes off, we're screaming in
Yeah,
studio.
yeah.
Just so you know.
Also because it's the only light we have in the office.
Yeah.
So-
So all of a sudden we can see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very exciting because we're like, oh my god, I can see your faces.
My friends, they're here. Yeah.
We know
The news.
This
The
very-
news.
The news. A very informative news. Sorry, I got so excited about all the subscribers that we
It's
just got.
exciting.
It
It's
is very
It's
exciting.
hard to focus on anything
Do,
else.
do you need a news reminder?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're talking about new IP. We're talking about Final Fantasy XIV being played with a spellbook.
Oh,
love
yeah.
that.
Honestly, I'm always a fan of non-traditional controllers to do stuff.
Yep.
I remember seeing this streamer who played Widowmaker in Overwatch with a baguette. Had all the little wires plugged in, and like even I think the ultimate was like when he bit into the baguette. It was very. I thought it was very cute.
I feel like I need to go look this up now and find it and watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So like a spell book is perfectly on theme for Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, it really is.
Like I can think of at least 3 people right now who like I desperately want that. Like surely
That's the
it
thing, they
will.
could sell that, right?
Yeah, like
Oh, they
Oh,
could.
they
They
could.
absolutely could.
There was
Yeah.
that PS2 game played in a spellbook, but that was a little bit different. It was like iToy in the
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But you didn't really get to write in there or anything. We've had a few writing games, but nothing written with a real pen.
no.
Actually, I do remember, like, vaguely remember and recall these sorts of things that, like, existed, but they always felt a little bit gimmicky.
Of
Oh, yeah.
course.
Like,
A little bit. They're
You
entirely
say that like
gimmicky.
it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I
There
love
was like a
gimmick.
period of time when they're like when companies were like, we're just gonna make really wacky controllers. Like they had that like what was it, the Power Glove?
Oh,
Power Glove,
yeah.
It's
Power Glove.
But I mean, the thing is, the Power Glove is effectively a Wiimote.
Yeah.
It's so
they
bad.
so they just reiterated it until it finally landed.
Yeah.
Like, now it works.
Yeah.
I mean, what a name, Power Glove.
Oh, yeah. And you just hold it out in front of you until your arms get footsore and
Yeah.
you realise you regretted your $80 purchase.
Yeah, you had to stand in a ring, and it would detect where you were in the ring. It was not good. And Rob the Robot. And
But I feel like all of this led us to like what we have in terms of VR now, right?
I mean,
So,
like, it's like when they were launching those rockets and they kept exploding until they landed one on the moon. And I think we should be very grateful that not a lot of these things, I think we should be thankful that a lot of these things didn't explode to get to where we are now. I mean, did they? I'm sure some things exploded in the factory.
Oh, absolutely.
anything with a battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We broke a lot of TVs testing out Wiimotes.
That's true.
I mean,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a thing.
There's a
Remem-
reason we have that. Remember to put your strap on.
Yeah, make sure you're strapped before you start playing.
That is a piece of
Wow.
advice that goes for a lot of things in life.
I was like, can I go to that line? No. Okay, I'll let Paul
We
do
can
Look.
hint at it. We can toe the line. I'm having an absolute delight of a time.
Why are you having an absolute delight of a time?
Because it's the most
Radio
magical time of the year, Ronnie.
Eka?
Santa Claus.
It is 100% because of Radiothon.
I
And because our lovely listeners are subscribing and the lights are going off in the studio. And if you haven't subscribed and you need to subscribe, where can they go? Where can they go?
You can go to. I need you to move your head. I can't see. It's up there at 4ZZZ.org.au/support.
Why,
Yes.
that's on the internet, isn't it?
It is on the internet, but there is
Wow.
also a phone number: 325215555.
Although I'm not sure anybody's down on the
Yeah,
phones
maybe
at the
do that
moment.
during like daylight hours.
If you would
I
like
think
to
you've put
chat
an
to
extra 5 on the
somebody-
end too.
Yeah. If you would like to chat to somebody
doesn't
about your
hurt.
subscription, you can call during the days. The phones are usually on between 10 and 6.
Yeah.
And that is, of course, 3252155.
Yes.
Just like the triple Zs.
Yeah.
We love our triple
Or as
love
they know us in
triples.
America, triple Z.
Oh, yes. No phones. No phones.
Oh,
no
no
phones
phones.
at night.
No phones
We're
at
just
night.
reminding you in the day.
Yeah. Just use the website like a 21st century
Like a
person.
youngin'.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure no
Me.
one's on the phone beforehand, otherwise they'll cut you off the
Yeah,
internet.
usable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 4ZZZ.org.au/support.
Blue, 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 blue.
All right.
Anyway, this is Zed Games. I'm Paul. Joining me, Zara, Cameron, and Rani. But now we are going to stop talking because
no.
we are going to listen to a pre-recorded review of the just coming out right this second game, Cult of the Lamb, provided to us by Caroline. Thank you, Caroline.
Let's listen to it.
Cult of the Lamb is the much anticipated game created by Massive Monster and published by Devolver Digital. The game starts off with you heading like a lamb to the slaughter. Literally. You're a lamb, it's in the title, and you get to walk your way down to the chopping block where you are swiftly relieved of your head. But death is not the end. It would be a very short game if it was. After promising to start a cult in the name of the One Who Waits, you are resurrected and then can proceed to carve a bloody trail through the heretics who put you to the blade. Build up your cult by rescuing little animal dudes and then put them to work building, farming, and generating the devotion you need to level up. Although you have the ability to customize them, naming them, choosing what flavor of animal dude they are, don't get too attached, as while death means nothing to you, your followers will grow old and die, or will be helped along by you sacrificing them to gain a bit more power. After making sure they're not going to starve to death, drown in their own filth, or stray too far from your teachings, it's time to head out on a crusade. Crusades take you from the main hub of the world into the game's roguelike aspect, as you fight your way through a randomized dungeon, collecting resources, rescuing more future cult members, and eventually making your way to each of the 4 bishops of the Old Faith, who put you to death in the first place. The art style is a combination of creepy yet cute, and with 2D sprites on a 3D plane, it gives the impression of a pop-up book. And the music is another layer on the delicious cake that is the game. With a variety of different tracks, it adds so much atmosphere to the game. Created by Australian artist Narayana Johnson, known as Riverboy, the music is one of the main things that drew me to the game from the first trailer. The game creates a captivating flow of tending to your followers, going on a crusade and picking up some new resources, coming back and making sure your cult hasn't burned down while you're out, tending to your followers again while using the resources you gathered to upgrade some buildings and maybe unlock some stuff to make you stronger, and then you're ready to head out on a new crusade. It was enough to keep me hooked, and the next thing I knew, it was 5 AM and I had stayed up all night. I had a review copy, and while I did run into several bugs of varying impact on my gameplay, they all seem to be patched now, so I can wholeheartedly recommend this game if you want to play something adorably sociopathic. I love this game. I love how it's cute and twisted, and I love the art style, the music, absolutely fantastic. I really enjoy the taking a little break from the fighting to take care of your little followers and maybe sacrifice one or two. Because, you know, a bit of murder. It's great. And sometimes your followers will ask you to, you know, grant their deepest, darkest desire to eat poo. And you make them a bowl of poo and they eat it and they're very happy with you. Oh, and you can name your cult. So, from the cult of D's Nuts, I bid you farewell. Cult of the Lamb releases tomorrow, August 12th, and is available on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch.
Thank you, Caroline, and these nuts.
Can I just say, I'm so glad that we're such a mature group of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That we that are certainly not silly gooses.
Definitely not. I tuned out at one point, and then I tuned straight back in to
the poop.
The poop.
Yeah.
I was too busy reading the dictionary to tell you such quality.
I just wanted to say, I felt like that really represents the theme of Radiothon this year, which is adventurous ears, in that you never know what you're going to hear when you turn on 4ZZZ. Like, what if you arrived at Z Games at that very moment?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. You didn't think you'd hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here we are.
I like a good number of syllables.
We're here.
But there's so much more that Radiothon can offer you, such as...
Prizes.
Oh, I like prizes.
Oh, my goodness.
We have fun things. So if you subscribe, you automatically go into... Well, you actually have to pick.
Yeah.
You actually have to pick what you want to go in the draw for.
Yeah.
And we have two different prize options for individual subs. So there's the gold prizes, which is like special things. What did you go for?
I went for the Netherworld arcade cabinet with custom Radiothon artwork on it. I mean, like...
Can we just, talk about the Radiothon artwork for a second? Because I'm obsessed.
It's beautiful.
I find curlews terrifying, but I want Keith everywhere.
I love curlews. I think they're very fun.
You find curlews terrifying?
Have you ever... Okay,
have you ever heard of curlew?
First of all...
I live next to a graveyard full of curlews.
First of all, they scream. Second of all,
They
they are
scream
like...
lovely songs.
We're forgetting that Paul literally does live next to a graveyard.
This
Wait,
is
are they
true.
dead curlews in the grave?
No. They are making haunting songs at night.
in the graveyard.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
but Paul,
Yes.
look at me.
Yeah.
I know the listeners can't see me, but listeners, if you've ever seen a curlew, I am about maybe two heads taller than a curlew.
A curlew could beat you in a fight.
And a curlew has sized me up for a fight. Okay, so I find those things terrifying.
Quite intimidating.
Well, we brought one into the studio now.
Oh no!
Let's meet.
Okay.
Let's meet Keith.
I went in for the custom docks because
Very cool.
But you can also get a year's worth of groceries from all my friends.
It's organic produce
Yes.
as well.
It's all
And
all
in
your
today's
fresh-
economy,
Yeah.
I really thought about it.
Dendy Cinema Gold card, which I
Nice.
also kind of really want. I had a hard time choosing between the Dendy Cinema Gold card because I love Dendy.
I think it'd be so fun to be like, oh, it's time to go to the cinema.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like make a
Taking
little
film.
event. And you can take a friend with you with that pass as well.
There are some other fun things. For your adventurous ears, you can also go for adventurous beers.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey. Yes, from Young Henry's. There's heaps. You can peruse through all of your
Yeah, you can check it.
options
You can check it
online
out.
when you go to subscribe.
Yeah, you can check it out at 4ZZZ.org.au/support. All the info is there.
You can also choose just to go for the warm inner glow.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we won't judge you if you opt in for the prizes.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. We did that
I
too.
opted in for the
Yeah, I definitely.
They're good
I need
prizes.
an arcade cabinet in my room.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to fight me for it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You'll beat
We
me.
can share. Right?
If
we could share.
If I make a pledge, if I get it,
we're sharing.
we're sharing.
It's a
Yeah.
Zed Games
Yeah,
arcade.
yeah. I'm doing it for Zed Games.
Yeah. Paul?
I would just like to point out that Zara is so excited I've never turned anyone's speaker down this low.
You had Zara's
it's gone down
mic
further.
so low.
Yeah.
I've never been that low on the thing. That's how excited I am.
Yeah.
Got to bring you back up after that.
Maybe.
All right, I'm calming down. I'm calming down.
Paul,
I'm
what
calming
did you
down.
go for?
Did
you go for anything?
I went for the cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
It just
cool.
seems to be our style.
Oh, we have a subscriber. Yes. Okay. Well,
I
we'll
love
see
you,
if
dear
your name's
subscriber.
gonna
Unless
come
you win the
through.
cabinet, which
I'll-
case...
Yeah.
Look, you know what? I'll still
Hasn't come
love
through
you,
yet.
That's okay.
but I'll be bitter about it.
No.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
We
You
love
can't be bitter. You
we
gotta
love you here.
you gotta
at
love
Zed
love.
Games.
You gotta
beautiful.
love.
And if you would like to subscribe and you would like us to thank you on air, head to 4zzz.org.au.
And if you'd like to subscribe and just have us write your name on our arm in Nico pen, we can do that too.
We could do that.
We can
I could
do
do
that.
that and take a photo and put it on
I have a
the
lot of arm
Instagram.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, but I will find space.
Between the four of us, we can definitely put a lot of names.
Yeah.
Plenty of room.
Yeah. I'm
Not-
having a lot of fun this
I'm
evening,
actually.
guys. I wasn't even meant to be here.
What are you having? What brought you here?
Radiothon. I've been here all day.
Yeah.
All day. I have been here
You
since
live
like
here
9
now.
a.m.
You
Yeah,
are
I
in
do.
the walls.
You seem a little bit tired, drunk.
Yeah.
Like,
I have
punchy.
reached delirious.
I just want listeners to know that Ronnie did actually gnaw their way out of the walls.
Yeah, there's a hole.
Yeah.
in the- yeah.
It's like a
sorry.
Ronnie-sized hole, so it's not very big, but it's like
Easily covered up by
Yeah,
some
yeah,
of the
yeah.
sound blocks. It's fine. It's fine.
if you subscribe, we can easily cover up the Ronnie-shaped hole.
Yeah, we can fix it.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
subscribe twice, we let her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. I would like to be free.
if you subscribe 3 times, we clone her and we destroy half the clones.
Oh,
But if you
man.
subscribe 4 times, then we will have 2 Ronnies.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that be great?
Don't
Yeah.
let them do that. But also let
Do it.
them do that.
Oh, and then we can make them fight.
Oh, gosh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Who
no.
would win? We'll throw
Me.
a curlew in the fight as well, just for
The
funsies.
curlew will win.
Oh,
Keith
yeah.
will win. It's fine. It's fine.
Who will win? 2 Ronnies or curlew?
Does somebody want to make this a game? You can make this a game. This is the next final
Like
game.
Untitled Goose Game, except
It's me versus some curlews.
Cursed curlew.
So would you say that's a suggestion for game developers?
I reckon it would be. And did you know
Oh.
that you don't have to just subscribe yourself? There are other ways that you can subscribe to
Oh,
the station.
tell me more.
You can subscribe a pet. You can subscribe your household.
What?
You can subscribe your business and or community group, which means that I am now directing my gaze vaguely out the window at our dev groups that are out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
we
will
love.
also. I'll direct my gaze in the opposite direction, so we
okay.
got everyone
Beautiful.
covered.
Yeah. Oh, we have a subscriber. Thank you very much. The lights are going off. Zara
So
is yelling.
now the hole in the wall can be covered. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Gary.
Gary.
Gary,
Aw.
thank you very, very much. But yes, to our lovely game devs who we love to support and we will continue supporting anyway. But whatever support you give us, we will always give back.
Tenfold.
Absolutely.
20-fold.
Absolutely. And so, different groups, if you subscribe, for example, you know how we have our prizes that we're very excited about?
Yeah.
If you subscribe your business or community group, you go in the running for an MBE printing business pack or an AS accounting services of $1,200 of accounting services. I don't know about you, but I could probably use an accountant, actually.
Accounting is scary. It is okay to admit that.
I'm not good with numbers, guys. I write words. I don't
yeah.
do numbers.
you can write numbers as words.
Can you?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh. That makes it more confusing, though.
it does make math more difficult.
Yes.
When you do.
But sometimes
actually
they
write it out.
put letters in the math, and then I'm
You're
lost.
spent?
Yeah, I'm
spent?
lost.
But the judge said I should have used an accountant, so that would have come in really handy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
They won't protect you legally. Oh, yeah.
But you can subscribe your pet. You have pets, Paul. Have you subscribed your pets?
No, they're very
Shame.
haters.
Shame.
They hate community spirit.
Oh,
Shame.
no.
They're terrible. I'm going to euthanize them.
You would never. You would just subscribe them instead.
I might have to subscribe them because I do love them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if they are hateful, community-hating puppies.
They're still going to support the community.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And we love the community. We love your dogs.
You know what? We love haters.
Wow.
Yeah, we
love
do.
haters.
Paradoxical.
Yeah.
We only have love.
Yeah, gotta love haters.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we win them back,
Yeah.
by overwhelming them.
Unless you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan.
Come
Those-
on.
They cannot be trusted.
There it goes.
they can't be
There it
helped.
goes.
You've been here for 38 minutes.
And we've prepped him.
And you've already offended Zara.
Unbelievable.
So this is Z Games. I'm Paul. Joining me, Zara, Cameron, and Ronnie.
Yeah.
And now we're going to jump into a review.
Oh, another
by-
subscriber.
Oh, I am
If you
feeling the
subscribe-
love
They're very
tonight.
passionate.
Yes, I love
Oh,
it.
let's hop into a
Screen
review. Let's hop
time.
into a review where we just
Oh.
where we just wallow
that
in
was
this feeling.
R.G.
yellow
Robinson,
glow.
apparently. Oh,
Thank you very much.
fancy. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. And of course, a live review means a very special time.
Yay! Oh, this means we get to heckle you.
Yes.
And
I'm
also,
so ready.
I brought my tomatoes.
live intro. Which means I get to make a song up as the intro starts. It's really fun, yeah. Doing it good, do a song now with the happiness and fame. It's a review.
Bye, Paul.
Z Games. Good times, me. Okay. Hindsight. It's a game about looking back at life. A quirky, emotionally driven narrative game with flat-shaded polygonal graphics and a contemplative tone. It reminded me of many ways of a game called Before Your Eyes from 2021, which is a game about looking back at life. A quirky, emotionally driven narrative game with flat-shaded polygonal graphics and a contemplative tone. Because of these similarities and the fact that both these games are pretty interesting, I'm going to discuss them both.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
No
Is
way.
this a good idea?
It's a 2-in-1. No, 2-in-1s are never a good idea.
I guess we'll find out in hindsight. See what we did.
He became a dad again.
It's the name of one of the
Oh.
games.
Can we cut his mic?
And I did it right. I did it right before your eyes.
No.
That's the
stop.
other game.
No.
Oh, we're gonna have fun.
I'm
Have
not
fun.
having
I'm
fun.
regretting my choice.
In hindsight, you are a woman returning to her family home after her parents' passing to pack up the remaining belongings. Haha, you're not laughing about it now, are you?
No.
There we go. The game is comprised of a series of still scenes, and the player is tasked with navigating between them. You do this by rotating the camera and examining the scene for points of interest. Many of these transitions involve focusing on an object and passing through it to access the memory. The impressive implementation of this idea, though, is the camera never cuts. Just like God of War 2018. You'll smoothly flow through time and place, flying through objects and emerging in new orientations. It's very slick and technically impressive. All the characters in a scene are still, with some light animation in the environment, but they're posed dramatically in order to clearly communicate the story. As we explore, the lead character narrates her story and realizations she has while remembering her life to this point. There are some mild puzzles where you may have to slide an object in the scene, but mostly it's about observing the space. Perhaps the only problem with the gameplay aspect is that there are a few occasions where you might have a one-off interaction, and it may not be clear that such interactions are even possible. These don't happen enough to really stump you, and it won't take you long to solve them, however. Before Your Eyes, in contrast, has a similar premise, but in this case, you're a boy who has died.
Oh.
Your life now passing before your eyes.
Oh.
That's the name of the game. You'll go through a series of story vignettes from birth to death
I love a
from their
vignette.
perspective.
I don't
The
want a
gimmick
bit of
here
cheese.
is the gimmick here is pretty rad. The game is designed to be played with a webcam, and the method of interacting with the game is blinking.
Oh.
You look around with the mouse and you blink to interact with elements. That's not the main trick, though. The main trick is blinking also advances the story, as in you blink and the scene is over, never to return. The concept is absolutely brilliant, bringing in a need to be alert and attention to not blink when you really want to see the end of something, putting the player in a mindset where these things will be lost once you've moved on. In practice, it still works pretty well. Different webcams may have varied results, and I do wish the game reacted a little bit faster, so if I do a quick accidental blink, me reopening my eyes would immediately see a new scene instead of the last few frames of the previous scene, but it generally works as advertised.
I do have a question.
Yeah?
does it work with PlayStation iPlay?
No. It's actually, yes, it would.
Oh.
Because there are webcam drivers for that. So you can use a PC. So it probably works fine.
Sarah's
Yes.
like, all right, I'm just gonna open the thing now.
Yeah, no.
So you get a couple of frames of the last one, generally, if you do like a natural blink. So I find myself holding my blinks a little bit longer so that when I reopen it, the scene's totally gone and the next thing comes up. Funnily enough, one of the other problems I've heard is people that don't tend to blink very much. And they have to force themselves to blink to continue the game.
I think I'd be more like having a staring competition with my computer.
You'd certainly get into the point where you may go full on Clockwork Orange and like, I don't want this bit to end, and you'll hold your eyes open.
Paul, blink once for "Are you okay?" Yes, and twice for no.
There is a mode that just lets you use a mouse though, and you can you can click instead of blinking. That, if you don't have a compatible webcam, or you have problems blinking one way or another, or whatever reason, the game is still perfectly functional. But yes, it certainly has a better feel if you use the blinking, I think.
So in hindsight, you'd say that... I can't even finish
you can't even start a sentence without it being an accidental pun.
You listeners, you know what the joke is. Yeah.
The world of Before Your Eyes has fully animated and voiced characters, but due to the still relatively small budget, it does have a more simplified level of detail than Hindsight. Both games take about 1.5 hours to complete, which feels about right. Both have a little wiggle room for those that wish to explore everything, but they're fundamentally linear stories. Writing-wise, Before Your Eyes is a bit more dramatic, and more likely to make you shed a tear, which will, of course, make you blink a bit. Hindsight is a bit more mundane, slice of life in nature, like Florence, but of greater length. While the voiceover is well acted, most of my emotional response came from the physical blocking out of each scene, especially since becoming a father in recent years. I think a fair bit more about what moments will shape us and such. Scenes with the protagonists perhaps had a greater effect on me than they otherwise would have deserved. However, since I'm hardly unique in a situation, with many of us being parents, and the vast majority of us being children ourselves at some point, you'll likely find something to relate to. Hindsight is available on PC, Switch, and iOS. I played on Switch, which has both analog stick and touch options. The feel of the game probably plays best with the touch controls, though, so if you're an iOS gamer, that's probably a pretty good bet. It's also cheaper on mobile.
Nice. Due
to the webcam requirements, Before Your Eyes is only available on PC platforms. Both games are effective emotional journeys with their own pretty unique gimmicks. If you like a down-to-earth exploration of regular lives and maybe a bit of a cry, you could do a lot worse.
Paul, I was going to say...
Oh no, we've got to do the outro first.
This is the end of the review.
This is officially over. Go and chat time.
Woo.
You were saying, Ronnie?
I was going to say, I have been neither a parent nor a child.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
I
just
you literally always say you're baby.
I am maybe the youngest person in the team, so I am baby.
Yes,
but I
am baby. Hear me
never
cry.
been a child. I exist only within the walls.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
you're more of a concept.
Yeah,
I know you're free from the walls. We patched up the hole. It's fine. It's okay.
Am I free? Have I been set? Can I leave?
No, not quite yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
we can
need
always
some more
hope.
Subscribers, please.
Is anyone else really aware of how much they're blinking in the last couple of minutes?
Yeah. Can we listen to some? Can we listen to some music so I can catch them at my blinking, because I got really anxious about blinking.
I want to go do the long blink, which is to go to sleep.
Just like his cats.
Hey there. So you're listening to 4ZZZ, enjoying the ever-changing and evolving sonic landscapes, but you're not a subscriber. Well, now is the perfect time. By subscribing, you'll be giving a real and tangible support to local and independent media and arts. And during Radiothon, you could even win a prize. Head to 4zzz.org.au/support and join the adventure today.
Yes, join the adventure of the curlews that will not destroy you at all.
No, it's okay. Hey, I have a question for you, Cam.
Okay.
How's your first episode going?
Really, really good.
Especially because it's during Radiothon, and we are maybe a little bit more unhinged than usual.
A little bit punchy, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I think it's time to talk about you.
Yeah.
So, first of all, favourite game?
Whizball on the Commodore 64.
Good reference.
Least favourite game?
Yes. Sorry?
Least favourite game?
Oh, geez. I'll tell you what, Settlers 7.
I don't
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Because it came out the same day Black and White came out, and I really wanted to play that, but I had to review Settlers 7, and I was playing that for a week while Black and White
Everyone
just
else
sucked
was
in.
like having an absolute
Clearly you
fun
knew
time
what
with the
Sarah and I were doing.
Pokepals.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That new Settlers game's like fallen off the face of the earth.
It just came and went.
I don't think it came. I think it was going to come. and then it didn't come out.
Bad.
Oh.
I was like, I guess no one cares about Settlers anymore.
I think anyway. So yes. What are you into? What do you like about games? What's your sort of thing?
Yeah, what do you like about video games?
That you get to do whatever you want, and you get to have fun. You also get to relax. It's not just a power fantasy, but it's also an art exploration space where you get to do things that you couldn't normally do, and reach out and connect with other people about it. That's why I like talking about video games, which is what led me here.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Because
Well,
basically
we're
all
glad
my
to
other
have
friends
you.
are sick of me talking about video games.
Yeah.
What
fair.
have you been playing anything recently?
I tell you what, I got a Meta Quest 2 last week.
Oh.
So I've been playing Echo VR, which is...
Oh.
I'm loving it. It's a zero-gravity future sport game where there's 4 people on one side and 4 people on the other side, and you're trying to throw a frisbee into a big diamond kind of shape. And if you play it on a swivel chair, you kind of like swivel around while your character's swiveling around. You get really dizzy, and it's
I
great
think
fun.
I'm getting motion
That's the
sickness
fun
just
about VR.
listening to
It's
you
just
talk
like
about
you're
this.
like, oh, okay, I'm in space now, and they're like, oh, but I'm still feeling the effects of gravity.
Yeah.
And I've just tripped over a box that I didn't put away. That was still a little silly of me. And like anyone who's like in the room with you is like Matrix dodging out of the way.
Yeah, my cats have got very scared so far. But it's very disconcerting when there's like people in the lobby who kind of like reach out with their hands and they attach their hands to your face and go hi. And it's like,
well, a lot of that game is because you can grab other players. So you might just have some kid hanging off you, and
I mean, okay, but
and
like,
they're talking to you, and it's obviously a 12-year-old. You're like, stop it, just leave me alone, man.
That is
12-year-old told me to go touch grass, and I'm like,
you should have turned around and be like, I spent my entire childhood touching grass. What about you?
yeah. Like if anything, we're you and I, we were like the last generation that touched grass.
I feel like we were. I feel like we were.
I definitely. That's how I found out I was allergic to grass. Yeah.
What are you allergic to?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Don't
worry.
Don't air out all my weaknesses to the listeners.
And what's the
Allergic to
lesson?
grass. You
Don't-
can take us down that way.
don't go into nature. That's what I'm always telling
What?
people.
No.
That's why we stay in VR.
That's it.
That's why I'm going to be in nature for a week.
We
Bye.
can be VR buddies now.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's more of those. What have we done?
Before we wrap up, let's just remind everyone that if you're not subscribed, you let us down. But you can let us up
Yeah.
if you do.
You can bring us up. You
No.
can raise us up.
No, you can let us up.
You raise my heart.
You can pump me
My
up.
heart is raised if you subscribe.
Your heart rate is raised.
During
Jesus.
Radiothon, the most beautiful time of the year.
I'm really enjoying this, Sarah.
It's the
You
most.
can go to 4ZZZ.org.au/support to subscribe.
And don't forget to put Z Games.
And put Z Games as your favourite.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, and that was. I mean, I feel you lost the melody there by the
Yeah.
end. But it
Look,
was-
I can
that
only
in
carry a
Emma?
tune for so long, all right? I'm a gamer, not a singer.
We'll fix it in post.
It's fine. Oh, we'll get you into some SingStar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
Isn't it really annoying when like someone goes, "Oh look, hey, I found my old PlayStation 2 collection. You can have it," and I go, "Great," and then it's just a box full of SingStar games.
I mean,
I want the SingStar games.
you and I are very different people. That sounds like an exciting night to me.
You are
A
outnumbered.
trade?
I got when I got a new 360, I was like, I'm going to load up my entire Rock Band collection and discover
yes.
that takes a very
yes.
long time to do by hand. Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us at Z Games.
Thank you,
Cheers.
everyone who subscribed.
Happy Radiothon.
Happy Radiothon.
We love you.
Fun.
This party will continue.
Subscribe to Z. 4ZZZ, not Z Games, but we are part of it.
But you can like say that you love us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to Z Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, check out our podcast on Spotify.
Or follow us on social media at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.